What's the difference between a good and a bad client?
Surprisingly, not many people ask that question. But I think it's a question that should be asked more often.
A good person who supports my industry would be respectful.
Respectful.
Very respectful.
They respect you.
Respectful manner.
Respect or just treat me as a human.
Would I say this to my sister, cousin, friend, any woman that I know off the street? Would I say this to them? Or do I think it's okay just because they are actively sexual?
They respect you. They treat you like you're an actual person, not an item that they just bought. They want to know you. Whatever that means. They're not demanding or expecting you to just be there and show up and do whatever they want whenever. That's the difference. It's respect.
Especially being a bottom, you're usually an object. They just want to smash you and you fuck off. And sometimes I'm not enjoying it, you know? It's just like, oh, I want to get something out of this too. Because you're still a human being, you know? You don't want to just be,
There's so many things that are not okay. Haggling. Oh, what can you do for $70? Nothing. Do you offer this and this? Like, have you read my profile? This is what I offer. So why are you asking me if I offer something that doesn't say on my profile? Why are you even asking? Just people who are rude.
A good client pays for your time. Pay the person you want to talk to. If you think that this person has time for you, it costs money. It does. We work in an industry that so many people are interested and so many people want free advice or want our time because it is an interesting walk of life. It doesn't mean that we are here to give it away for free. We face stigma, we face judgment, we face criticism. Lots of people don't have connections with their families. Lots of people don't get support from their government, don't get support from so many people. So if you think that we owe you anything, you're wrong.
A bad client is one that doesn't respect how much you deserve to get paid. And they try to negotiate and all that. And if they go overtime a little bit, they get funny about paying that little bit extra and all that. That's disrespectful. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, you're paying, so you went over this time, so pay up, bitch. You know, this isn't for free. I could have met it up with someone else, you know?
I think you're only a bad client when you don't respect people's boundaries and you get really pushy with them. Do you know what I mean? There could be like trying to go over time and, you know, not respecting like your personal space as well. So, you know, like, although my name is Mr. Jake, it's not my personal name, do you know what I mean? Like, things that they don't kind of understand the boundaries involved. And I think sometimes you've got to put them in place quite quickly because I've made mistakes before and I've been too nice to people. And everyone's done it, you know, I don't care what they say, they're lying. We've all done, you know, stupid things, this, that and that. But I think the bad clients are the ones that really get a bit too, the fantasy becomes real to them. Do you know what I mean? A bit too real though, and that can be concerning because they start trying to find out things about you. Yeah, it's quite, it's not very nice to experience.
I guess, good clients are ones that get to the point, tell you what they want, smooth transaction, don't push boundaries.
A good client is someone that come into the club because he wants to spend time with a girl. A bad client is someone that is here because he saw the lights and is just like looking around and doesn't want to buy anything.
A good client, I'll explain that right now because I love them. Very respectful, like straight off the bat, and not just saying, I'm a nice guy, like they're actually genuinely respectful of your boundaries and the rules that you set. They spend money without you having to ask. They realize that you have to leave after you've had a conversation with them. If they're not going to like spend any more money on you, they realize that you're at your workplace and that you're going to have to move on to the next client eventually.
And the best thing a client can do, you don't have to spend exuberant amounts of money, but you just have to understand that we would do our job to the best of our ability. We have boundaries, whether that means seeing us outside the club and we say no, have to respect that. And if you do that and you come back with manners and don't push boundaries physically, we're really, really happy and grateful.
And the worst
disrespectful, someone who just completely disregards all of your boundaries and the club rules as well, because there's rules that the club has based on the laws. And there are men who will, not just men, there are people who will just disregard that and touch you in places they're not allowed to. And they'll try to barter prices with you. Even sometimes, I remember at my second club, there was a $20 dance, and there were some guys who would come in and try and get it cheaper. So yeah, I hate those guys.
Monopolizing on our time or exploiting us by coming in and just looking without paying. I would never go to someone's, business and go, I'm explicitly not going to spend here. And you go, okay, that's fine, but then they come back or they stay there for 4 hours and you're just like, well, it's not really a shelter, respectfully, but yeah.
So the difference between a good client and a bad client starts with how they first contact you. If a client contacts me on social media but sends me the same message on 3 different social media accounts, and then they're like, are you an escort? Do you see clients? Can I fuck you? How much money are you? Are you even worth it? I literally just look at the messages and I'm like, I don't have the energy to respond. Cool. I don't even respond because that's all they say, or they say hi. And then when they find my work number, they don't bother to read my information. They don't read my rates. They don't read how I like to be contacted. So they will call me 5 times and I don't answer phone calls because I have a personal life. I'm with family, I'm with friends, I'm in a social setting that I cannot pick up a phone and have a conversation. And they don't understand that and they don't respect that.
A good client is someone who just contacts you first in a respectful manner, not a babe. I don't walk into a shop and a babe. Contact you in a respectful manner and follow the booking process. So I, for example, take a deposit and I need some sort of ID, passport or driver's license, something with a photo, just for my own safety. And a good client, they don't argue with you, they just send it through and the booking is done. In 10 minutes, everything is organized.
The clients that I've continued to see are the ones that I would say are good clients because they don't want to know about my personal life. They book me because they want to know me as Jet, not as me outside of Jet Black, and respect my boundaries on what I will and won't do.
Communication. That's the biggest thing I ask, and that should just be with people in general, any sort of relationship. So I've had several clients that have been bad clients, that have crossed those boundaries, that have decided they, for whatever reason, either I'm really, really bad at my job or really good at my job, but for whatever reason they've decided that what we had was a real, authentic connection, and they wanted to keep seeing me without paying. They wanted to have a boyfriend, they wanted to physically date me. I've rocked up to bookings they've purposefully miscommunicated to try to lead me down a certain path. Again, usually couples for some reason. I don't know why. And then I don't know what they think's gonna happen when I rock up to the booking and it's this is what it is. So it's well, clearly something's going on here. And they're the bad clients, that just struggle with the communication.
Hey, my name is Daniel Dalloway. I produced this mini-series. I'd first like to give a big thank you to everybody that agreed to be interviewed for it. I couldn't have done it without your support. If you'd like to watch the uncut interviews, head on over to Patreon. Otherwise, subscribe on YouTube or follow on Instagram, whichever you prefer. And I'll see you for the next episode, which will be hopefully in a week. All right, see you later.